parties like the BJP.
Yes.
Therefore, there is an even greater need within the Congress to allow information to come bottom up. While BJP, because it's effectively its second government in India, right?
Yes.
I mean, if we ignore the first 13
days and
Vajpayee.
13 months, yes.
Okay, so for a party that's coming into power for the second time, it is still possible to have a strategy which is top down. And it has the necessary party discipline to carry through a top-down strategy. But Congress, one, is an indisciplined party, and two, it has had regional forces on the ground which have been in contact with the people for a longer period of time. For the while that it worked in UPA 2 for the first 5 years, it is because of the regional leaders who actually strengthened Sonia Gandhi with the necessary armory required. And that crumbled in the second 5 years. So today, if you are seeing the kind of drubbing that you are seeing, it is because the regional leadership of the Congress did not get a chance to rise. Now is the best time for the regional leadership to re-establish itself and say, okay, let the whole process be decentralized. So desire, but ultimately power will not come out of the family. It has to be
just hold on to that thought. We have several leads converting into victory, and one of them is Bangalore North, where D.V. Sadanand Gowda has won by a very good margin of 1.2 lakh votes. Well, this is one of the constituencies where Rahul Gandhi's primaries was experimented, and they had Narayan Swamy as their candidate, but looks like D.V. Sadanand Gowda managed to.
Again, look at that thought. The point is, Rajiv should have been the candidate. He would have given a good run for money for Sadanand Gowda,
Yes.
right? But the point is that you go and you do some, God knows what kind of an experiment, and then you put up a candidate. If you really had got Rajiv Gowda out there, a good face, a good credible face for the Congress, people, there would have at least been a fight out there. Sadanand Gowda may have still won.
I'm not so sure I agree with you on that.
Earlier, and he has a good reputation and he is an acceptable candidate for the party, though unfortunately he did not win. And the grassroots leader.
The trouble with primaries
JD
is that unless you have a large enough electorate, right? I mean, if you're giving voting rights to only 400, 500, 600 people and expecting a grassroots candidate to come up, it won't happen, right? Primaries happen in the American system with 40% of the electorate voting for one of the parties, right? General voter. He or she is registering not only for the right to vote in the general elections, but also they identify themselves as being willing to vote in one of the primaries, either Republican or Democrat. So 90% of the electorate, in theory, participates in the primaries. That doesn't happen here.
Yes.
So you can't simply have a token primary fight.
I think another factor when you conduct primaries.
The number of people who voted in that primary, there were about 200
look
people.
at the figures at this point in time. NDA stands at 323, leading in most of them, and they are also winning. They have also won in many of the seats, at least few of the seats that have come to light so far. UPA leading in 75 seats and 145 for others. This is the latest development that is just coming in, the figures emerging, and NDA certainly seems to be smiling at the moment, 323 for it. Sushma Swaraj has won from Vidisha. In Karnataka itself, we are seeing several victories for BJP. We saw, in fact, Anand Kumar registering a win. We are seeing Sadanand Gowda registering a win, and we also saw Narendra Modi himself registering a win from Vadodara.
Coming back to the discussion of whether the Congress can go ahead without a leader from the Gandhi family. Professor, do you think that's possible now? Mr. Surana, yes, sir.
The problem with the Congress is they don't allow their cadres to go, or they don't give leadership to other than their family members. It is reduced to one family. And every time one family is running the whole show. They'll have primaries, they'll have so many things. It is applicable to all the lower rung of leadership. But when it comes to the national leadership, it is with them only. They keep it in their pocket and then they will talk about other things. And that's how there is no leadership has developed so far.
No, but that's precisely what Rahul Gandhi wanted to change, at least what he said.
There is no chance for leaders to develop in Congress. If you have to develop, you have to be, just loyal to Gandhi family. Then only you can be called as a leader. That's the problem.
Indian National Congress is an 30-year-old party. would have thought Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and Sonia Gandhi and her children. The point is, it has to escape this legacy if it wants a future. Otherwise, it can be consigned into the dustbins of history. So
Plus,
that
to also taking off from what Mr. Surana is saying, it's not as if Congress does not have strong leaders. It has strong leaders. The question is, what do you let your leaders do? Do you give them a role in determining your political future? If you did that, you can still keep the family where it is, because you need people. Even if you want a family-led party, you need people to strengthen that family.
a year from now, it's quite likely that only in Karnataka Congress will have a state government. So how will Congress High Command allow this government to function? What autonomy will it give? Those are the kinds of questions which will have to be introspected in within
Also
Congress
now
organization.
questions will be raised on whether Congress failed to learn from its past mistakes, because they have lost leaders like Sharad Pawar for the same precise reason, because they were not allowed to grow in the party.
There is that, and also you have to recognize the fact that there are very few national leaders who can actually go out and get votes in their own name. Rahul Gandhi is clearly not one of them. Right? We have seen that election after election. So that's the reality Congress will have to come to terms with.
Plus, just like you mentioned Sharad Pawar, while leaders like Sharad Pawar may have revolted and formed their own political outfits, they haven't been able to move out of the Congress shadow.
Yes.
So the Congress ghost is a ghost that you cannot wish away. You cannot, because it's been in this country from long before this country was even formed. It's been around. So you can't wish it away. The question is, and nor can you say that it's going to lock up its party office and disappear. That's pretty obviously a very immature situation. The question is, how does it come back, bounce back into the mainstream? And the only way is to allow, like you're seeing, Jyotiraditya Scindia, a strong local leader. Digvijay Singh will not allow him to grow. So you have to settle those kind of differences and see where your next lot of leaders are going to come from.
Also, since we are looking into the mistakes,
And by the way, primaries I don't believe is a solution. Because just like, to take the comparison of Narayan Swamy and Rajiv Gowda, and Rajiv is a good friend, but you can't suddenly hold primaries and put 5 candidates before them. Have those candidates really come up from the ground? Do the people voting in the primaries even recognize them or identify with
what
them?
kind of primary suits India?
Yeah, what kind of primaries
That's
suits India?
important.
So does the voter of Bangalore North identify with IIM Bangalore more than Narayan Swamy? I doubt very much. If you look at the majority of the voters.
true.
Right, absolutely. Well, quickly taking a look at the visuals that we're playing at the moment. BJP leaders celebrating. We are seeing Yediyurappa celebrating. We're also seeing leaders like Ishwarappa rejoicing along with the party workers. This comes after a series of victories as well as a series of leads for the BJP, and also the clear possibility of the BJP being able to form the government maybe on its own as well. At this point in time, NDA has 326 seats in its kitty.
Well, since we are looking into the mistakes of the Congress party, just a few days back I was having a conversation, and few people believe that moving Pranab Mukherjee to the parliament, the president post, was a mistake. Do you think so, Mr. Harish?
We'll come to that, but we'll... Right.
Difference.
What we see on the television screens is Narendra Modi seeking blessings from his mother. This after he has won the elections from Vadodara, while the counting in Varanasi, meanwhile, is still underway. But the BJP PM candidate and probably the soon-to-be Prime Minister of the country meeting his mother to seek her blessings.
They are likely to get SPG cover in some time.
It's okay, but
Make her life a
are
mess.
they likely to get her now for
Yes,
him?
yes.
Because he is going to be
Somebody in
So, do you believe that he could have made a difference, Pranab Mukherjee? Someone like Pranab Mukherjee?
There are so many mistakes.
The manner in which it's been annihilated, I doubt whether it would make any.
But I don't think he was a grassroots politician.
Right? Congress does not need any more backroom boys. It requires strong local leaders, regional leaders, sub-regional leaders who will actually build the party.
And one strong face to
No,
lead
but
the
you know
party.
where
to
Pranab
Vikram?
Mukherjee staying in the government might have made a difference is this second generation of reforms that we all talked about, which never happened. You know, he would have understood the value of pushing those reforms through, and then UPA 2 would not have been cursed for a lot of the reasons that it's also being cursed for today. Therefore, I think Pranab Mukherjee's loss is a very big loss for the UPA, but they had to lose him because he was threatening the family.
Yes.
Right. So, you know, so this level of intolerance within the Congress, again, we're talking about alternative leadership. Whether could Pranab Mukherjee have become a Narasimha Rao? Perhaps yes. We don't know. He was showing all the signs of being able to hold the party together. He was showing a certain, even at his age, showing a certain, you know, political sagacity that a lot of the young leaders of the Congress lack. He had an understanding of the economy, which, you know, most of the Congress leaders lack. So I think he would have made a difference had he continued as finance minister. But it's another story. But okay, let's not forget that he has a role even now.
Well, but with this kind of a lead, he has very limited options.
He might have limited options today, but you know, this
In a
government has
longer
to.
run.
Yeah, it's a 5-year haul. We're not talking about one day.
True. Well, those are the visuals from Vadnagar where Narendra Modi is meeting his mother. And in a short while from now, all the family members and Narendra Modi himself will be getting SPG cover.
What's happening, Bacche Gowda?
H.D. Kumaraswamy to trailing in Chikballapura there.
So now coming back to the role of regional parties in this election now. I mean, with such kind of a decimation, you have few regional parties which have actually managed to survive.
Yes, with the exception of BSP and SP. You know, other regional parties have managed to retain their base. TDP, Chandrababu Naidu is probably going to be the second happiest man today after Narendra Modi.
Yes.
So, you know, they've had a big victory. He was in for a dogfight with Jagan Mohan Reddy, but has
But
made his
what does it mean for the JDS in the state now? I mean, they are trailing in Chikballapur, one of the seats where they were expected to win, or at least give a tough fight.
JDS in any case was expected to win maximum 2.
Yes, 2 to 3 was the prediction.
Maximum. So I think to give it that much importance, I don't think.
you know, in a national election, JDS always has a handicap.
Yes.
Right? It has to fight this perception that it's not just a regional party but a sub-regional party confined to old Mysore region. So that will always come in the way. And even, you know, Kumaraswamy contesting in Chikballapur was a way of keeping the base that they already had. Otherwise, if you allow any other strong leader to emerge from that region, it would decimate the party there. So clearly, if the election results end up the way we are projecting right now, he might be in for a disappointment. But still, it was, you know, a chance that he had to take.
In fact, some of the discussions that we are having vis-a-vis the Congress has been more relevant to the JDS earlier on,
Yes.
even prior to the assembly elections.
If you look at, you know, go back to your question, earlier question, which was what happens to the regional parties. Jayalalitha is doing extremely well.
Yes.
She's sitting on some 35 seats or more. Trinamool Congress has done extremely well. BJD has done extremely well. In Andhra Pradesh, if you see, TRS has done extremely well. TDP has done extremely well in the Seemandhra region. So, you know,